All right, so this is a demonstration for vegetable chow mein. It's a Panda Express style. The very first thing you guys want to do, because it takes some time, is to get your water up and boiling. Okay, so we got the pasta pot up to about 3 holes from the top. That is gummy looking water. It was used last period, but it's fine. We can get through 2 classes of that, sometimes 3 before the water gets so starchy it's not so great. But what we need you guys to do is get your sauce together because we want that to start to dissolve. Okay, so if you guys come out to the middle, you guys are going to see at table 5 there is a soy sauce for you guys and hopefully some spoons ready. And you guys need to follow your recipe because there's different amounts. So for the 2-person, it's going to be 3 tablespoons. Thank you. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, a couple teaspoons of brown sugar. We should get that lid on better. Take care of that in post-editing. And then I'm going to take back some ginger and some garlic for the rest of the aromatics. Okay, so like 2 teaspoons packed is just going to be heaping. So you guys will come get that here. But again, I need a couple cloves of garlic. Okay, so those are already peeled for you. And a piece of ginger. The ginger is a big old root that basically I already cut down to size. So you're going to want a spoon because we're going to show you guys a special trick. All right, so this is where you guys can have someone come get the sauce. Now I'm working solo today, but you guys need to be doing this stuff simultaneously. All right, so to finish off the sauce, for the ginger root, this is pretty fresh stuff. Sometimes it's really dry. If you guys use the edge of a spoon, you can sometimes get rid of the bark because we don't want that in the food. Okay, this is great flavoring, but also a lot of health properties going on that the ginger is really good for digestion. All right. So I want my bench scraper ready to go, get rid of the root, but we're gonna mince that up super small. Okay, so it can go in. We're also going to need 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. It depends on which size you're doing, 2 or 3. Okay, so this ginger actually I believe is from China. Sometimes we get it from Brazil. But based on how wet this is, it's pretty fresh stuff. So that's nice, because it's got more potency to it. The garlic that's already peeled is actually coming from Christopher Farms down in Gilroy. So this is California garlic. You guys want to mince that up, so be careful, don't cut your fingertip. But we want to cut this super small so we get maximum flavor. All right, so this is going to go in right away so that it has a chance for the brown sugar to dissolve. This is going to be a sauce that you guys add in at the very end. So someone can be doing this while someone else is doing vegetable prep. But again, the water should already be on because we want the water boiling, waiting for the noodles, not the other way around. You're going to spend more time prepping with knife work than definitely actually at the wok. All right. There's one more ingredient to add to the sauce, which I failed to do in this video, and that is black pepper. That will be located near where the other ingredients for the sauce are. Next will be time to get your vegetables together. Pay attention in class to which vegetables they say have already been rinsed for you. All right, 2 stalks of celery, 2 scallions, some onion, and some Napa cabbage. All your stuff's got to get rinsed, especially that celery was filthy. All right, the scallions, the green onions, or what they call spring onions, going to get used in different ways. First off, finish getting that ready by peeling off the lower membrane if it's on there. You're not going to use the root, so don't cut that off because it's the last thing that you're going to be holding on to. The top, though, if they're wilted, get rid of them. But the top is going to be cut at a 45-degree angle, what we call a bias, real thin like diamond points. This will not get stir-fried. It's going to stay nice and fresh as a garnish. So that can go off to the side. The bottom can get cut straight across because it's going to go with your regular white onion. So we want to keep the 2 separate. So the bottom does get stir-fried in the wok. The top is just a garnish. So now that the roots are done, we can throw that away. All right, now the celery, the top part that we don't use can get set off to the side for our caldo, but this is going to get cut at an angle. Okay, same as a scallion top at a 45. These are real thin, like 1/4-inch slices. And for my 2 batch, it was a stalk and a half. For the ×3 serving, it was 2 full stalks. So that can go off to the side. Someone else is going to utilize that. All right, the onion, half an onion for this too. Remember that you guys start with an onion that's rinsed. Cut off the top where the blossom came out. Keep the root intact. Go ahead and peel it off so you're down to just the meat of it. And then these onions get cut in a particular way, so they're long, skinny strips. They do not get minced. They'd be too strong. So you guys cut that parallel to each other, down towards the root. And when it starts to slide on you, hold it together with your thumb. Be careful it doesn't slip on you. And then when it cut across that, the root that I get rid of, I should have skinny strips that are long and skinny. Now, onion may seem very strong to you, but when it gets cooked properly, it's going to start to caramelize and turn sweet. Okay, so again, this is the Panda Express style. Now, I got one more thing to cut. Okay, I'm going to put my scallions off to the side because they're going to get in the way. And that is going to get real big and spread out. That's Napa cabbage. This has already been rinsed. This is how big full head of cabbage would be to start with. So I'm going to be cutting down sections based on whether you're 2 or 3. Okay, this is Napa cabbage, N-A-P-P-A. Not N-A-P-A, my old hometown. It's also known as celery cabbage. So I can use up these pieces. The core here that we want to keep intact, we're not going to use. Okay, but I'm going to cut these in thin strips. Okay, what we call a chiffonade, which is how you guys cut sage. But when we get to the root, we're not going to use that up. Okay, and the amount that you guys need for this is 2 cups. So you guys could maybe have your measuring cup. You don't want to mix this in with the onion. It's very, very water based. And so it's going to get cooked at the end. Now this cabbage is the basis of making kimchi, which is fermented cabbage in Korean cuisine. Got good probiotics, good for your gut, spicy stuff. All right, the last thing I want to get together, because the whole thing's going to go quickly, are the noodles. So if I come around to the scale, right there focused in, okay, I'll put a bowl on top. If I'm 2 people, I get 8. If I'm 12, or if I'm 3 people, I get 12. So these are chow mein noodles. Okay, this starts a 10-pound bag. I got 40 pounds come in for 100+ kids doing this dish the next 2 days. You guys get 8 ounces. Now, we believe that noodles that might be more associated with Italian cuisine did start in China. Marco Polo come over trying to find the spice trade. Like the taste. Ooh, is that 8 ounces on the dot? Dang. Like the taste of noodles, brought them back to Italy, but they are originally from China. Chinese belief, to my understanding, long noodle, okay, long life. So when you guys cook these up, you want to be very delicate that you don't break up the noodles. You might be affecting your good fortune. All right, so those are the chow mein noodles. These were less than $10 for 10 pounds from Produce Express. You can't go there unless you have an account. You might be able to go cash and carry. Otherwise, I get the noodles at County Square Market in Vacaville. All right, I want the water to be boiling pretty much before I start this process. By the time you guys prep, you will be. But let's talk about our wok here. All right, so the woks got clean last period. They might still be a little residual hot. This wok has a wooden handle for you to hold on to, a wood at the top. But this time sometimes gets caught on fire, so be careful. What's nice is you can pick it up together. I like to have a towel ready for that. I want you guys to be cautious of this. It's got a screw that sometimes comes loose, so righty-tighty, because when I pick it up, if this thing's loose and it pivots on me, my instinct is to catch it. Someone's going to use this, set us off to the side. The next group coming in will use this other wok. Same Cantonese wok, just has metal but not wood handles, so these can get hot. Just be careful. But you want to start with a brand new wok because of the sugar that's going on. All right, these are carbon steel, not stainless steel. So at the end, when they cool down, we wash it with hot water, put it on to dry it out. No soap. So it could be that I have to wash these for you guys after class. All right, let's go ahead and fire this up. Maybe we'll get this done without having to turn the hoods on so you guys can hear. Okay, but the other tools you guys are going to need are these shovels, which we have a pair here. Okay, so the shovels, okay, for stir frying, and also probably a set of metal tongs if that's the tool you're more comfortable with, and I definitely need that for the pasta. All right, so these shovels have wooden handles. They maybe are attached with a small little pop rivet, or it could be wedged in, but you want wood handles because if you leave them in there and forget about them, in theory, these don't get hot. Okay, when you guys are done with your knife, you guys would wash that, set it off to the side, or put it back in the drawer. We're probably going to have the inside group prep. The outside groups can work on their ed puzzle, and then the inside group's board will go to the outside because that board just got used. There's no reason to get a second board dirty. All right, recipe says 2 tablespoons of oil. So go ahead and put that in. It's going to be nice and shimmering. It's very, very hot. This is a super fast stir fry. Okay, so the order was to put in the onions. and celery and the scallion bottoms, not the scallion tops at all. You stir fry that up. Okay, so you're just trying to get a gloss on this super fast. Real high intense heat just to get some shine to it. You still want your vegetables to be crisp, not soggy. There's no salt and pepper right now. It's all going to come from the sauce. What's nice about these woks that are flat on the bottom is you can move things up to the side to concentrate heat in the bottom if necessary. When these veggies are done is when it says that the noodles will go in, because they don't take that long, but 2-3 minutes. You do want to have tongs ready to go. Once the noodles go in, then we can put the cabbage in. The cabbage goes secondary because it is more likely going to burn. And again, if I want heat concentrated in the middle, we can put it in the middle. But toss it through. Want this cooked just so it starts to wilt. Okay, and if you keep tossing it the whole time, it's not going to have a chance to cook. All right, so while I have a chance, I'll get my knife washed while this is cooking. The noodles don't take but a couple minutes besides the knife. If I have my scallions ready to go, I could get my cutting board done and taken care of. I hope you guys see a little bit of tan, not anywhere near like brown or a burn. All right, timing wise, let's see what's going on with the noodles. If the noodles are still raw, then they got to cook a little bit longer. So you guys got choices. You guys can move this up to the side, hope it doesn't burn, turn the flame down to low, or because you're alone today, slide it off. You don't have to restart the flame. But it's up to you to not burn your vegetables. And you don't want to do this and let it sit forever because they'll sweat and give up a bunch of juice. But the final step is going to be when we feel the noodles are done, they're going to go in, get a chance to get dried out, then you add the sauce and toss it through. When you guys go to pull the noodles, have your gloves on, or I tend to use the towels. We talked before about how it should be al dente, so slightly chewy. So I'm going to go ahead and pivot this up so we can see how we're doing. All right, so if I feel like the noodles could be done, if I lift them up, if I had them done too early, they can hang out here on the pivot, and then I just dunk them to revive them so they don't dry out. But if I grab one and see and feel like it's done the way I want, that's good. Then I will take this back, make a hole in the middle, and that's where the noodles are going to get added so they have a chance to dry out. So if I cook those a little bit on the wok, they have a chance to dry out. Now you want to do that in such a way that you don't end up burning the noodles so that they stick. You wanted to keep that spoon together that had your ginger peeling done because that sugar sometimes sits in the bottom. But once I feel like the noodles got a little bit dried out and I turn them, then it's time to get that sauce added in and toss everything through. So again, try not to break the noodles. That's done. All right, so serving bowl. Very small, but again, be careful touching that, could be hot. Again, this is for 2 people. So we got boats for y'all. Now, if you put that back on the flame with that sugar in there, it's definitely going to burn. But our last thing is the scallion garnish. And that's our vegetable chow mein, yeah?